Welcome to Gray Matter Reports. Today we decode the complex reality of events that unfold around us. A dimly lit room, the air thick with tension. A solitary figure sits, eyes darting across the pages of a dossier, each detail meticulously recorded, each line a fragment of a twisted puzzle. This is the unfolding of the mind's theater, where deception reigns and the truth lies buried beneath layers of neurology and behavior. The subject, a study in contrasts, charismatic yet distant, charming yet cold. The antisocial profile emerges, not merely as a collection of traits, but as a complex interplay of biology and environment. The brain, an intricate network of neurons firing in synchrony or discord, orchestrates the performance of the self. Here, the science of deception intertwines with the art of manipulation, creating a facade that distracts and deflects. Neuroscience reveals a chilling reality. In the depths of the brain, the amygdala processes fear and emotion, while the prefrontal cortex governs impulse control and moral reasoning. When these systems clash, a unique psychological state manifests. The individual becomes adept at navigating social landscapes, cloaking intent in layers of charm. Each interaction, a calculated move in a high-stakes game. Cognitive dissonance plays a crucial role. The mind, torn between conflicting realities, crafts narratives that allow the subject to operate without guilt. This internal conflict fuels a dangerous mastery of deceit. The clinical lens reveals a chilling efficiency. Empathy is dull, and remorse is a foreign concept. The brain rewires itself, adapting to a life lived in shadows. As the figure continues to read, the room's silence amplifies the weight of understanding. Every detail serves as evidence of the mind's ability to weave elaborate tales. Patterns emerge, revealing the architecture of manipulation. The slight twitch of a smile, the flicker in the eyes, each gesture is a brushstroke on the canvas of deception, painting a picture that obscures the truth beneath. Yet the question remains, what drives this intricate dance? The interplay of genetics and experience forms the bedrock of these profiles. Trauma, neglect, and societal rejection shape the individual, creating a volatile mixture. A brain wired for survival, yet craving acceptance. This paradox lies at the heart of their existence. The scene shifts, the figure pauses, absorbing the implications. With each revelation, the stakes rise. The narrative unfolds, not just as a story of crime, but as a profound exploration of the human psyche. The mind, a labyrinth of pathways, leads us deeper into the enigma of deception. It beckons us to confront the darker corners of human behavior, where the line between predator and prey blurs, and understanding becomes a haunting pursuit. The room was sterile, illuminated by harsh fluorescent lights that cast an unyielding glare upon the worn table. At its center sat a collection of files, each one a testament to the intricate dance of mind and motive. The behavioral case unfolded like a tightly wound coil, waiting to be released. Neuroscience offers a lens through which we can view the mind's labyrinth. Here, thoughts are not simply abstract musings. They are chemical reactions, firing neurons, and synaptic pathways guiding an individual's actions. Yet, within this complex web lies a realm dedicated to the art of deception, a territory where truth becomes a pliable construct. Consider the antisocial profile, a study in contradictions. On the surface, the individual may exude charm, a facade so polished it gleams under scrutiny. Beneath this veneer, however, lurks a disturbance, a disconnection from societal norms. The brain's frontal lobe, responsible for impulse control and moral reasoning, exhibits irregularities. Here, empathy falters, and the ability to discern right from wrong warps into a mere suggestion. In clinical settings, behavioral analysts dissect these patterns. They observe the micro-expressions, fleeting glimpses of emotion that betray an individual's true intentions. A twitch of the lip, a flicker of the eye, each momentary lapse is a window into the psyche. The mind games played here are not mere theatrics. They are survival instincts, honed to perfection. Biological evidence often plays a pivotal role in unraveling these cases. Advanced imaging technologies provide a glimpse into the brain's architecture, revealing abnormalities that correlate with behaviors deemed deviant. The amygdala, the seat of fear and aggression, may light up like a beacon when faced with ethical dilemmas. This neurological response is not just a symptom, it is a revelation, a key that unlocks the door to understanding. As the analysis deepens, the narrative shifts. The individual's history unfolds like a tapestry, woven with threads of trauma, neglect, and manipulation. Each event shapes the psyche, crafting a unique set of motivations that drive behavior. Patterns emerge, linking past experiences to present actions, illuminating the path to the case's conclusion. Yet the question remains, can the mind ever truly be disentangled from its past? The interplay between biology and environment suggests a complex relationship, one that resists simplification. The mind is not a monolith, it is a mosaic of experiences, impulses, and choices. In this somber exploration, we find ourselves not merely observing but grappling with the intricate dance of human behavior. Understanding the mind's games reveals not just the mechanics of deception, but the haunting reality of what lies beneath. The facade may crack, but the depths of the psyche hold secrets that remain forever elusive. The mind is a labyrinth. Each twist and turn conceals chambers of thought, emotion, and instinct. Within this complex architecture lies the psychological bridge, a connection between the conscious and the subconscious. It is here that deception flourishes, a fertile ground for manipulation and misdirection. Neuroscience reveals that our brains are wired for survival, not for honesty. The amygdala, a small almond-shaped cluster of nuclei, operates as an emotional alarm system. When an individual perceives a threat, real or imagined, this region kicks into high gear. It triggers a cascade of physiological responses, preparing the body for fight or flight. In the context of deception, this can manifest as a heightened state of arousal. The individual may become more animated, their voice rising, gestures becoming broader. This is not an admission of guilt, but rather a primal response to perceived danger. Simultaneously, the prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive hub, engages in the intricate dance of rational thought. When an individual constructs a false narrative, it is this area that weighs the risks and rewards. The cognitive load intensifies. Every word spoken is a calculated risk. The more complex the lie, the more cognitive resources it demands. It's a balancing act where the stakes are profoundly personal. Consider the neural pathways involved. Deception is not merely a verbal exercise, it's a neurological performance. The individual's brain lights up with activity, navigating between sincerity and duplicity. This neural tug-of-war can create observable micro-expressions, fleeting glimpses of truth that slip through the cracks of their carefully crafted facade. A twitch of the mouth, a fleeting glance, a momentary falter in speech. Each is a breadcrumb left in the wake of a psychological journey. The bridge between truth and falsehood is not impenetrable. Experts in behavioral analysis can decipher these signs, translating them into a language of their own. The ability to read an individual's micro-expressions requires a keen sense of observation, akin to an artist discerning the subtle strokes in a masterpiece. This skill transforms the practitioner into a detective of the psyche, peeling back layers of intention. Yet the psychological bridge can also be a chasm. An individual entrenched in deception may lose sight of their own truth. Over time, the lies accumulate, creating an internal dissonance that can fracture their very identity. The act of deception, while initially a survival mechanism, can evolve into a prison of one's own making. In the theater of the mind, the stakes are high. The psychological bridge, fraught with peril, invites us to explore the intricate interplay of deception and truth. It beckons us to confront not only the behaviors of others, but the darker recesses of our own minds. In the dim light of the forensic lab, the atmosphere is thick with unspoken tension. Each corner holds whispers of the past, remnants of a psychological battlefield. Here, the mind becomes a labyrinth, weaving intricate patterns of deception. It's a space devoid of emotion, yet filled with the ghosts of choices made. Neuroscience reveals that when individuals engage in deception, their brains undergo a remarkable transformation. Areas responsible for executive function, like the prefrontal cortex, light up. This part of the brain orchestrates decision-making and impulse control. As the subject navigates the delicate dance of truth and falsehood, neural pathways fire in a chaotic symphony. The amygdala, the emotional core of the brain, responds with heightened activity. Anxiety surges, creating an internal conflict. The subject teeters between the adrenaline rush of deceit and the looming dread of exposure. This psychological duel manifests not only in the mind, but also in the body. Heart rates spike, palms sweat, and micro-expressions flicker across the face. Each gesture becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of suspicion. Through functional MRI imaging, researchers observe this cerebral chaos in real time. They dissect the neurobiological underpinnings of dishonesty, revealing how fear can be both a catalyst and a restraint. As the subject constructs an elaborate facade, they simultaneously risk unraveling. The brain's reward system, tied to dopamine release, rewards the successful execution of deceit. Yet, with every fabricated detail, the stakes escalate. The implications are profound. Understanding the neuropsychology of deception can illuminate the behaviors of those with an antisocial profile. It's not merely an act of lying, it's a manifestation of their inner turmoil. Here lies the irony. The very mechanisms that enable them to deceive also pave the way for their eventual unraveling. As the investigation deepens, the line between hunter and hunted blurs. The analyst becomes a part of the narrative, unraveling threads of cognition as they probe into the abyss of the human psyche. Patterns emerge and connections form. In this somber exploration, the mind reveals itself to be both a weapon and a shield. It guards secrets while simultaneously betraying them. Each layer peeled back exposes not just the subject's choices, but the intricate dance between biology and behavior. This deep dive into the recesses of the mind unveils a stark truth. In the world of deception, the greatest challenge lies not in the act itself, but in the relentless pursuit to understand why. The world is a stage, and the players are often unseen. Each country, each culture has its own interpretation of criminal behavior. What drives individuals to deceive? What neural pathways ignite when they execute their elaborate facades? This inquiry traverses borders, inviting a mosaic of perspectives. In Japan, for instance, the concept of tatemae versus hone reveals a societal duality. The outward performance masks inner truths. Neuroscience suggests that this cultural dichotomy activates distinct areas of the brain, such as the prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and social behavior. The pressure to conform can lead to a finely tuned ability to manipulate reality, blurring the lines between authenticity and deception. Individuals become adept architects of their own narratives, often leading to a profound disconnect from their true selves. Moving to the streets of São Paulo, the environment speaks volumes. Poverty and violence shape the psyche, creating a fertile ground for the antisocial profile. Studies indicate that chronic exposure to societal stressors alters neural circuitry, particularly in the amygdala, which governs fear and aggression. Here, deception takes on a survivalist tone. Individuals craft personas as shields against an unforgiving world, employing their intellect to navigate treacherous waters. The mind becomes a battleground where instinct and strategy collide. In contrast, Sweden's approach emphasizes rehabilitation over punishment, fostering a climate of understanding. The neuroscience of empathy is at play. The mirror neuron system enables individuals to resonate with the emotions of others, enhancing moral reasoning. Yet, even within this framework, some individuals manipulate social ties for personal gain. The somber reality lies in the understanding that empathy does not preclude deception. Rather, it can coexist, creating a paradox of human behavior. The global perspective reveals a pattern. In every corner of the Earth, the interplay of biology and environment shapes the minds of individuals. The prefrontal cortex, amygdala, and mirror neuron systems interact with cultural narratives, forming a complex web of deceit. The science of the brain tells us that deception is not merely a choice. It is often an adaptation, a response to a myriad of influences that stretch far beyond individual control. As we peel back the layers of behavior across cultures, a chilling truth emerges. The mind, with its intricate wiring, can both create and conceal. The artistry of deception weaves through every narrative, binding us in a shared, albeit unsettling, human experience. It is a reminder that beneath the surface, the mind plays its most intricate games, an endless dance of truth and illusion. The courtroom buzzes with an electric tension. Eyes dart, whispers flit. This is the moment. The final verdict looms, a culmination of months spent dissecting the intricate web of human behavior. Each detail scrutinized, every nuance analyzed. The subject stands at the center, a figure enveloped in shadows. Neuroscience reveals the mind as a labyrinth, a complex interplay of circuits and emotions. The jury, like explorers in this maze, grapples with the dichotomy of nature versus nurture. What drives an individual toward the antisocial profile? Is it genetic predisposition, environmental triggers, or an alchemy of both? The evidence presented is mostly biological, yet the human psyche remains an enigma. The prosecutor's voice cuts through the silence. It's steady, clinical, yet laced with an undercurrent of urgency. We have the evidence, they assert. We have the psychological profiles. But the weight of the subject's actions hangs heavily in the air, a palpable tension that speaks of a deeper, more troubling reality. The defense counters with a dispassionate analysis of the subject's upbringing. Consider the formative years, they implore. A perfect storm of neglect and exposure. Was this individual solely responsible? It's a poignant reminder that within every antisocial profile lies a story, one shaped by unseen forces. The jury's faces reveal the struggle to reconcile these dual narratives. Cognitive dissonance emerges, a psychological phenomenon where conflicting ideas collide. The jury wrestles with the implications of their decision. To find the subject guilty is to label them, to render a verdict that encapsulates a lifetime of complex, often tragic circumstances. Yet to acquit is to defy reason, dismissing the biological evidence that speaks to the darker corners of the mind. The clock ticks, a metronome of mounting anxiety. Each second stretches, elongating the silence. The judge's gavel pounds, a thunderous echo in the stillness. It's a reminder of the gravity of the moment. The verdict is not merely a conclusion, it is a reflection of society's struggle to understand the human condition. As the jurors deliberate, they sift through layers of evidence and emotion. The subject remains a cipher, a riddle wrapped in a conundrum. What lies beneath the surface? The final verdict will not only define the subject's fate, but will also resonate with the broader questions of morality, accountability, and the intricate dance between biology and choice. The foreperson stands, the weight of the world on their shoulders. The air thickens, anticipation crackling like static. The words once spoken will echo through the annals of justice, forever entwined with the complex narrative of the human mind.